Hi,
Hello, Hot Vibes.
and welcome back to Sense 8, Season 2, Episode 8. All I want right now is one more bullet.
Yes.
Snazzy.
So, how was your week?
I don't even know. How was my week? What did I do this week? I have a job interview tomorrow.
Ooh.
So that's fun. It's like Hallmark. It's from Hallmark, but it's called the paper store. But all the Hallmarks are never Hallmark. They're always like this Hallmark, this Hallmark.
Yeah.
So it's like, so hopefully I get that.
That's good.
Because I'm out of money. What else happened this week? Oh, I've basically been laying down all week because I've been like really achy. I've been like tired and achy, and I've
Yeah.
just been like, eh. So I had to lay down because I had to like keep alternating the like cold packs and heat packs because it's just achy everywhere, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I want to be up and moving around. So because of that, I haven't really been doing much. I've been playing Power Wash Simulator again because I've figured out that the reason it's taking me so long to do the subway level is because I've spent many levels not upgrading my equipment. So all these other levels I've been doing have taken twice as long as they could have been taken because I'm a dumbass. So yeah. So I'm still on the subway though. I still haven't finished it. It's very big. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I've done anything. Oh, I saw Deadpool and Wolverine again.
Oh, nice.
Seen it twice now. Very good. Other than that, yeah, that's it. I don't think I did anything else. How about you?
So my cat's been sick this week.
Oh no.
Yeah, where she like hasn't been eating, which is not good.
No.
So like a few days ago, we started having this routine where I would pick her up and hold her, and my mom would take a syringe of like liquidy food, whether it's like gravy or tuna, or like whatever, some sort of liquid food for cats, and like force feed it into her mouth.
Yeah.
Which is very uncomfortable for all of us involved.
Yeah.
Especially because last night I got a full-on hairball, which is gross, but it happened because it's my cat that has like medium length hair, so it like she sheds a lot. So like all
Yeah.
of the hair goes everywhere, especially when she's nervous, but she hates being picked up. So us holding her adds onto that nerve, and she sheds more. So that's gross. But it's been working because this morning she's been more like about active, meowing more, which is good. So she's been getting better. My mom's taking the cats to the vet tomorrow, I believe. So hopefully whatever the issue is, whether it's their teeth, whether it's something else, whether it's just the heat, I don't know. But like whatever the issue is, hopefully will be sorted out soon. But she does seem to be getting better, so
Good. Good kid.
that's good. Yeah. And yeah, that's about it. I worked, that's usual.
Yeah, it's not been a busy week, has it?
No. It's been warm and gross.
Yeah. It's so gross.
Yeah.
It started raining today. It's supposed to be raining like for a very long time.
It's supposed to be raining like all week next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be raining all week, and it started raining this morning, and I don't know, has it stopped? Yeah, it stopped. It's very sunny out there.
Yeah.
But it said it was supposed to be raining all day, and I was like, lies. So we'll see how that holds up. Anyway, Sense8.
Sense8.
We're back with Sense8, and last we saw, Jonas is alive. He's not actually dead. Boom. Big thoughts. But everyone's like, what the fuck how are you alive? And he says he's alive because he's kind of like made a deal with the devil. He's basically convinced the chairman that he's more important than like Whispers is telling the chairman that he is. And so the chairman's like he's basically like he's not on their side, but he's like playing their side a little bit to keep himself safe.
Yeah.
And also last we saw Will is currently at Whisper's estate. And he was gonna go in there and basically like fuck you.
Yeah.
Could have killed him. I don't know what he was planning to do. But they got out of there pretty fast, him and his wife and his kid. They had them leave in a helicopter, so
yeah.
And now that he's gone though, they can snoop around.
Yeah.
Let's go snooping. And Wolfgang's like, I got this. And so he went in there, opened the safe, and he's like, how'd you do that? He's like, I like safes. Like, what do you mean? That's my thing. So He goes in there, opens the safe, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. There's like multiple passports, basically a lot of CD secret shit, and they're hoping that like some of the confidential files in there are something that he can use. So
Yeah.
he takes those with him. Now back with Capheus, who we haven't seen since we talked last time. He is kind of starting the whole political campaign thing, and his team is like, Mandiba is kind of like trying to, what's the word? It's like make you look bad in a way. He's doing all this like, propaganda stuff and being like, oh, he's evil, don't vote for him. Whereas we know Capheus, he's the nicest human on the planet. Yeah. He wouldn't do any of that. And he's also photoshopped himself with Nelson Mandela, and he's trying to make it look like he's the candidate you want to vote for, which is further from the truth than anything. And because of all this, like, propaganda that he's pushing, it could be very dangerous for Capheus. So they have hired this new, like, security advisor to watch over Capheus. And Jill is like, that's not necessary. He's Van Damme. He could take care of himself. And he's like, no, but he needs security as well, which I agree with. Like, even though he can take care of himself, there's always a chance that a sensei can't help him in that moment. You never know. And if that happens, he's dead. So we don't want that. So I'd rather have security there. Make sure he's okay. Now with Lito. Poor Lito.
Yeah.
Lito's a little depressed. Mood. He's kind of moping around the house, and he gets some ice cream, and Daniela's like, no, don't do it. Like, don't eat the ice cream. Remember, like, you're an actor, you're an action actor. We can't be eating whatever we want. And he's like, who cares? I have no career. My whole life is gone. It's pointless, and might as well. So it's kind of like Lito doesn't really see that, like, that his agent could call soon. Like, Danny's like, look. Your agent could call you any second and be like, I'm so sorry. Like, come back. You're our star. We'll hire you in a new movie. And he's like, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, no.
And I agree. That's probably not happening because he's a dick. And but Hernando and Danny refuse to accept that this is over for him. And he's pretty much like, I think he's a Pisces, because I feel that. Like, I feel that from Lito, that he's a Pisces. Like, he takes things like things that happen and be like, well, that's it for the rest of my life. Nothing good will ever happen ever again. That's it. That's done. I'm never getting anything ever again. And I'm like, bestie. I mean, I do that shit, but like, no, you're fine. You'll be okay. And he's even talking to Hernando and is like, how many current out gay action stars are there or will be hired in the foreseeable future? Because I can tell you right now, it's a nice round number. It's a 0. And which is not true. There are a lot out there, actually, especially at the time that this was made. So I don't know. Hopefully he gets a little pop in his step.
Yeah.
This is not going well for him.
No, it's not.
It's not. So Sun gets a peek at what Lito's going through, because she walks out. She's walking to her hotel, and like, she just looks down on the floor of the street, and he's just laying there, and she's like, Lito, are you okay? What's going on? And he's like, I'm practicing for my future as a homeless and unemployable failure.
Oh my god.
He's just such a drama queen, honestly.
I know. I was like, wow, okay.
She rolls her eyes too. She's like, Christ, and walks off.
Honestly, I felt something in this moment. I was like, honestly, I get that, because like, because it's like, I forget when, and maybe it's later, but like, where she's literally like, you have a boyfriend and a friend you know who love you and care about you. My brother's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
And like, I'm still here. I'm still like, and I'm just like, honestly, like, yes, he's going through it and he has a right to go through it, but also it's a little bit first world problems, where it's like, oh, I lost my acting job, but also like he has a boyfriend, he has Danny, like, he's fine. Like he will be fine. Even if he never acts again, he will still be fine. He still has that support system. And that's not going to go away.
True.
So, like, I definitely like, I felt something in this moment. I was like, yes, honestly, same.
Yeah, at least he has the support system. True, he's feeling shit, but it's. I always hate when people say this, and I'm like, yeah, I get it, but right now, no. When people say this too shall pass, like once
Hmm.
it does pass, he does have that support system, and
Yeah.
like no matter what, so it's okay. You'll get through it. My brother's trying to kill me.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, honestly, like, yeah, and she's so fine. She's doing fine.
She's okay. She's got revenge on her mind, but she's good. She's solid. So yeah, she's sensing the drama, walks off. She's like, I'm not dealing with this right now,
Yeah.
and he kind of follows her, and she enters this love motel, which is where she's staying because her brother
Mm.
probably wouldn't look for her there. It's a very low place to stay.
Yeah.
Um, and it's privacy is guaranteed. She's like, he won't find me here. And so she pays for her room, takes the keys, like, privacy. You see that? You see that? Bye. And walks to the elevator. See ya. And as she enters the room, Lito's still there. And he starts sobbing, jumps onto the bed, just flops down. And she's like, why are you here? And he's rambling on about how he doesn't know what he's doing and how everything is over. And she's like, stop crying. It's not that bad. He's like, oh, I
Mm.
fully disagree. I've lost everything. My manager, my agent, all of my social media followers, they're gone, which I doubt. And
Yeah.
not all of them are gone. And she's like, okay, shut up. Like, you have a man who loves you, a friend who's
Yeah.
willing to give up your life for you, and a mother who accepts you. Meanwhile, my parents are dead, and my brother's gonna kill me if I don't kill him first.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like, I just love Sun. I really do. I just do. Like, she was
Totally.
so good in this moment dealing with him. Cause, like, I feel like she's a very tough love kind of friend where it's just like,
Yeah.
look, here's the truth, here's a tough love, get over it. But, like,
Get over.
yeah. But honestly, I loved Sun in this moment. It was great.
It was so great. And she says much, she's like, if anyone should be lying down and crying, it should be me. Like,
Yeah.
I have the most problems here. I win. But I'm not gonna do that.
No.
And he's like, maybe that's why I'm here. And he like holds his hand out to say, he's like, come here, come here. And he like lays down, and she's like, fine. And she like lays down on his legs, and they're like just laying there together. And it's kind of a sweet moment. It ends in a very sweet moment where
Yeah.
they're kind of like caring for each other. And then you kind of see her laying by herself because that's what everyone else would see. And I just really like that moment. Even though it's very funny, but it's also very meaningful. Now with Kala and Will. Basically, Kala's working, she's busy, but Will is kind of stressed. And so he goes over to the bed and he pulls out the drugs, the drogas. Like he's like, maybe I should go back to this. Like, no, don't do that. He kind of, because there's a possibility he got addicted after using them for so long to
Yeah.
stay away from whispers. And Kala is like, alarms. She
Yeah, it's like,
senses
hey,
it.
no, I know drugs. Don't do that.
She's like, let's not do that. But she doesn't like what I find really great about her. She doesn't come in and is like, hey, don't do that like immediately. She just starts talking and she's like, so here's my thing. Like, oh, my husband hasn't been completely forthcoming with his business practices, and she just starts trying to take his mind off of it by asking him for advice. And I really
Hmm.
like the way she did that. It's kind of like without telling him what to do, just like, hey, could you help me instead of doing that?
Yeah.
And I love the way she did that. And she's like, yeah, so my husband's probably been lying to me about something, but like, I haven't been totally honest either, you know? And she's checking Will's vitals as she's doing this. And she's like, maybe it's better if I come forward. Because maybe if I come forward, like, maybe he'll come forward. Like, I can be like, here's everything on the table about me. I'm a complete other human species altogether. Now what about you? What are you not telling me? And
Hmm.
he's like, I, do you want to tell him because you want him to tell you what is going on with him? Or do you want to tell him because you might be in love with someone else? And that's a little bit of a like, okay, maybe. Like and she is, obviously.
Hmm.
She is definitely in love with Wolfgang. There's no denying that. There's the chemistry they have is absolutely mental. And yeah, she deflects, obviously, and is like, your thiamine is low, and your lack of iron, it's kind of affecting your adrenals, which is why you're craving the drugs. So, take your medicine, focus. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch on that because I don't want to. She gives him an injection and tells him he's gonna be fine. And when she goes to leave, he stops her and he's like, "You'll be fine too." And I'm like, oh, I like the relationship there. It's really I
Yeah.
love the way they care for each other, all the sensates, because
Yeah.
I don't know, it feels like this deeper level of care that it's just not seen as much these days, and I really like it. And we see kind of a snippet with Capheus as well before we move on, and they're basically strolling through the city with Jella, and they stumble upon a spray painted portrait of Capheus. It says courage underneath. It's like, whoa, people are actually starting to think about like this being like a real thing, like you being elected and things like that. People are looking to follow you. And they're kind of impressed for a second. And Capheus is like, well, that's crazy. Like, he doesn't like, it's not really sunk in that much yet for him at this point. He's just like, whoa, crazy. Someone spray painted me on the side of a wall. Whew. But later on, we do see it start to sink in with him a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now with Riley, Will, and Wolfgang, basically we see Riley and Dago first. They arrive at the Chicago police station where Will was once employed.
Yes.
And Will and Riley are kind of like changing bodies for a moment. There's all this cross having with the whole sensate magic thing. We're seeing a lot of, special effects things. And Diego's kind of looking over at Riley and she's kind of talking to Will, but it looks like she's talking to herself from Diego's point of view.
Yeah.
And he's like, is that Will? Are you talking to Will? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, okay, Officer Strange, come on, you come in. And they go inside. And while that's happening, Wolfgang and Felix are sitting at the bar in the empty club, and Felix is kind of taunting the bartender because of the punch to the face that apparently happened. And he's like, we need to get out of here. Like, this is not who we are. Like, we used to run this teeny tiny little shop. Now we're like living this high life, but I feel like this is not us, and people are starting to like look like they want to kill us, and I feel like we should go.
Yeah.
I feel like this is not our thing. And while that's happening, Riley and Will are following Diego through the police station, and he introduces Riley as a friend who's looking for a missing person to his colleague. It's like, oh, this is just she's looking for someone. That's it. And Will shows Riley his old desk, but someone else is sitting there now, as he's been gone for a while, so it's like technically like he's quit. And it kind of looks like he's like, I like he misses that, and he wishes someone else wasn't sitting there.
Yeah.
And as Felix is talking to Wolfgang about their life before, he's like, I'm thinking of going to tell Fuchs that we don't want this anymore. And Wolfgang's like, no, hold on, I got something I gotta take care of first before you do any of that, because shit's gonna go down with him, as we've seen in this episode. And there's a lot of danger in his area. Back at the police station, Diego announces that they're doing this by the rules. He's like, we're gonna play by the rules here. We're not gonna go off the sidelines. And Will's like, this is already against the rules, but okay, whatever you say. And Diego figures from Riley's smile that Will's saying some shit like that. He's like, look, by the rules, like, stop it, because he knows Will goes off the fucking edge all the time.
Yeah.
He would always go outside the rules. And Riley asks Diego why the assistant would be listed as a missing person, this woman that they met up with. It's like, well, and he's like, well, obviously, him and Diego are kind of going back and forth on this. It's like, well, if we're looking for her, that means the people that she's against are probably looking for her as well, and probably have added her to the missing persons list so they can find her. Will says, like, this is why Diego's a good cop. He thinks outside the box. So Will says he's kind of worried about Diego because, like, if they're gonna come for us, then they're gonna come after the people who helped us.
Yeah.
And that includes Diego. And Diego's like, what is he saying now? Because I know he's saying shit. And Riley's like, he's just worried about you. And he's like, okay, well, thank you, ghost cop, but I can take care of myself. Now over with Kala, Wolfgang, and Lito. Kala appears to be kind of snuggling up to a pillow, but it's not a pillow.
Yeah.
It's Wolfgang. Yeah, I know. You're iffy on this shit. I know. Wait until the end. Just wait until the end.
I don't know if I can, I'll be honest. Because
No, deep breaths. Deep breaths.
honestly, this little scene just really pissed me off.
Yeah, it's like half a second long, but
it was just like, why add this in it? Like, it just made me mad. Honestly, it made me hate both their characters so much, and I hate it. I hate it.
I know, but like, it'll all come together
We'll see.
in the end. Don't worry, we'll get there.
Okay.
But yeah, she is snuggling up to Wolfgang.
Yeah.
But as she's doing that, it's kind of like a daydream for her, but like obviously with Sense8's dream, they kind of dream of each other and they're like there. So it's like, is it a dream? I don't know. So while that's happening, Rajan comes home and kind of disrupts everything because he's like yelling, and so is the security guy. And apparently he's wounded. He's like bleeding profusely.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? And he's like, oh, it's nothing. And as she's worrying about him, Lito's kind of sitting there enjoying the chaos, like eating popcorn. He's been popping up with everyone lately.
Yeah.
And Kala is like scolding the bodyguard. She's like, well, I thought it was your job to keep him safe. And Rajan's like, look, I was just clumsy. I ran into something. I hit something. I'm like, I don't think so. And neither does Lito. Lito's like, obviously he's lying. I'm an actor. I know when people are lying. But that's okay, since life is too hard without lies. And I'm like, honey, you gotta talk to someone.
Yeah.
He offers Kala some popcorn though, which obviously she declines. But yeah, it's not going well for them. As Lito's done with that, he's kind of back home now, and Hernando asks Lito what lies he was just talking about because he probably said it out loud on accident. And he's like, oh, he's watching a movie, and he's like, I was talking about the lies in the movies. And Hernando notices that it's From Here to Eternity, which I've not seen, but it's apparently an old black and white Hollywood film. And he's like, oh no. And it's like, what do you mean? And he's like, oh, what do you mean? Like, this is great. And Hernando's like, well, this is his mom's favorite movie. And Lito talks about it, and he says, oh, her and my aunts would just watch it to death, and they didn't care about anything else that was going on in that moment. They'd be like, get out of the way, this is our time to watch this movie. And the scene where Burt Lancaster kisses the woman on the beach is on, and Lito says that they all wanted to be her, like all his mom and his aunts and everything, they were just hypnotized by it. And Hernando asks if he wanted Bert to kiss him and drip on him too. And she's like, no, maybe. And it kind of flashes back to him sitting there watching with his family. And they start talking about the movie. And Lito's like, can you not talk? Shush. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to sit and watch, which obviously nerve has been touched. And they're like, okay. It's fine. We'll just sit and watch. So, but obviously not, because they do kind of like lean towards each other and start whispering. And Hernando's like, I think Lito watches this when he's depressed. And Hernando thinks it's because like this movie made Lito aware of the power of acting. Like he saw the effect it had on his mom and his aunts. And he's like, wow, you could really command attention like that. And at the same time, he probably began to realize that he was different than a man like Burt Lancaster. And that created some complex insecurities, wanting to do and be like the heteronormative icon and knowing it wasn't possible. And Danny says he's going to do more. Look, okay, and the pictures from Sao Paulo, they're everywhere. It's all trending. Like, he's being talked about so much, and in a good way, by a lot of people. And they're like, yeah, but he doesn't see that. And he gets up, he's like, okay, whoa. Because Hernando suddenly says that he thinks Lito's grieving his career. And he's like, I'm not grieving my career. You're wrong. I'm grieving my dream. This was my dream, and it's done. And he takes the DVD and he throws it out the window, which I hope didn't hit anyone in the head on its way down.
I know, I'm like, okay. Also littering.
The DVD is gone. It's out the window. It's on the ground outside. And then he walks away. So, like, obviously this is still touching him very hard, and I don't know. Poor Lito. Like, he's going through shit.
Mm.
And back with Capheus, we see this start to sink in, his impact on people, because as they're walking, they see it again. They see the picture of Capheus again on a completely different wall. Someone is spray painting these everywhere. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, wow, this is actually very big. Like, people are actually looking to me to lead them and looking to me to protect them.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this isn't just something people have talked about. Like, this is big. So he's got some work to do. So back with Sun, she's woken up by Nomi, who Sun didn't realize was Nomi, and she wakes up with a hella start. She's ready to kill, and Nomi's like, whoa, just me. And she has news about the summer gala that her brother is putting on. And while Junki was advised to cancel it, there's so much money coming in from London, Tokyo, and Abu Dhabi, and Junki sent a memo to tell everyone that he'll be there. So they know where he's going to be and when he's going to be there now, which is a very big deal for them. And Sun visits Nomi in her apartment where Amanita's working as well, and Lito pops in too, and Nomi's just like, yeah, Sun's here, and then she's like, and Lito, why is Lito here? Lito's just, and she's like, I don't know, he's everywhere. She's like, I think he's depressed. So they're kind of like talking about me, he does not care. So they kind of ignore him for a second, and Sun asks how she's going to get in if they're expecting her, which they obviously would be, because they know she's out of prison. And Nomi says that the police are so focused on the front door that they're not really checking the staff, which is dumb on their part, but great for them.
Yeah.
And basically they literally found a back door, so they created a fake ID for her, and the problem is that she doesn't know how to tend bar, because that was going to be their in. That she's gonna be a bartender, and that's how she'll get in. She's like, shit, I don't know how. And then they hear some noise, and they turn around, and Lito's just like, dun 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 dun, tending bar all by himself, doing some fancy drinks, having some fun. And she's like, oh my god, I think we found our in, because apparently he trained with the best bartenders in Mexico for a movie. So they're like, plan is in place, let's go. And as they say that, Lito starts sobbing again. So hopefully this will get his mind off things.
I was gonna say, hopefully, yeah.
He's going through shit. So back with Wolfgang. Fuchs he joins Wolfgang in the steam room and is asking him for advice, basically. And he knows that Wolfgang is aware of how delicate all this situation is. It's about Lila and the way she talks about him. And he asks if Lila ever talks about him. And Wolfgang's like, oh, no, not really. Fuchs says he cares for Lila a great deal, which is a very poor decision, and goes to talk about thinking about marrying her, which is huge, because Lila would never fucking do that. Lila doesn't give a shit about him. And Lila appears at that moment to Wolfgang and is like, oh, I love listening to men trying to express their feelings. And I'm like, she's hot. Yeah, I get it. But like, she's such a bitch.
I still like her. I don't give a shit. I'm honestly, like, I find her very interesting as a character.
She is interesting. I'll give you that. She is interesting. But she's such a bitch. So Fuchs is wondering, if you can ever really know someone. So he's asking for Wolfgang's advice before he does, think about marrying this girl. And he admits he has friends at the NSA and has paid them to monitor certain cell lines. He received transcripts of a call that has led him to believe that Lila's going to betray him. And Lila herself pretends to feel for him, obviously. Oh, you poor thing. And Wolfgang inquires about the call. Fuchs says it came from Kala? I don't know if I said that right, my bad. One of his competitors, though.
Yeah.
And it was negotiating a contract on his life. So I feel like that's big betrayal. So I feel like you should take that into account. I feel like you shouldn't be like, oh, maybe it was fake. No, if she's talking to someone about a contract on your life, I feel like you should worry. Since Wolfgang knows the city and the criminal world, he wants Wolfgang to provide information. And Lila tells Wolfgang that he was right about the difference between them. She wants to live freely, without a leash around her neck. And he's fine doing whatever the fuck he wants to do, to be honest with you. He doesn't really care. And a staff member brings Fuchs his phone, because Lila picks up her phone in that moment and is calling him. She's like, oh god, you're here. Oh, thank goodness you're okay. Like, I was so worried. He said you were with him. And he's like, what do you mean? Of course I'm okay. Like, are you okay? And she's like, yes, I received a call from Kailal, the guy, who's planning on making a move on him, and she played along with him to find out who's driving him, and she believes that Wolfgang is behind it. And so he's kind of fucked in this moment because she's very good at playing people. And she knows he's with Wolfgang now and begs him to come home. So she doesn't know what to do without him. And he calms her down and hangs up. And he tells Wolfgang they'll continue he tells Wolfgang they'll continue this conversation later and leaves. So he's kind of fucked now. Once Fuchs is gone, Lila puts her head on Wolfgang's shoulder and tells him this is her way of telling him she has a crush on him. Instead of just wishing she was dating him instead of Fuchs, she has decided to do something about it. So their plan is in place for her at this moment in time. Back with Capheus, he's sleeping on the couch as someone enters his home. He's woken up, sees a gun pointed at him, and it's Kithu, who's back. And he's alive, he's good, and he's urging him to stay quiet. So the two leave the house with Capheus held at gunpoint, and after walking away for a bit, Gitu puts the gun away and asks if his pretty girl turned him to politics or if he's Silas's bitch now. And Capheus asks why he even cares. And he's like, well, I figured you would never get into something as stupid as politics. And Capheus is like, well, I want to change things. And Githu's like, people like what they're used to. But Capheus says people doesn't want things. What's wrong with my brain? But Capheus says people want things to get better. Not don't want things to get better. Obviously people want things to get better. Githu warns him that certain people are hearing the noise he's making, so he and his lady should be careful. And he says his boss doesn't do warnings, and he could get killed just for talking to Capheus. He's like, then why are you doing this? And he's like, well, I still kind of like you, Van Damme. You're kind of funny. So it's an interesting relationship that they have. I kind of like it because, like, I don't know. It seems like similar to Lila. He's not really like loyal to anyone. He's like, I do whatever the fuck I want to do, and I don't mind you. I just think you're dumb, so I'll come here and tell you what the fuck's going on. Yeah, I don't care. And after what Capheus did to him, he did want to kill him, but then he heard everyone talking about them, the new rumble in the jungle, and together they're kind of legendary. And he's like, look, okay, you can come work for me, but he's like, no, boss man pays better, so I'll be over there. But if Capheus survives, he has his vote. So interesting. Yeah, he didn't want to kill him, he just wanted to talk to him. But interesting little relationship that they have. I like it. Back with Will. He's kind of like going in and out of Whispers a little bit, seeing what's going on with him. Whispers and his wife are kind of fighting, and his wife is complaining about being in hiding for an indefinite period of time. He probably won't tell them when they can go back because he doesn't know himself. And Whispers says it'll take what it takes, and it's like, okay, well then what the fuck are we doing? Like, I get you're trying to protect your family from dangerous people, but Chelsea is complaining that she wants to go home, his kid. She's like, no, I don't want to be here anymore, I want to go home. And Whispers is like, get her out of here, I have work to do. You get out of here too. Like, he's treating them kind of like shit for a second there. He's like, get the fuck out. And as she goes to do so, they're kind of yelling at each other, and Elizabeth yells at Whispers that she sometimes doesn't know who he is. Which makes sense, because he's probably getting invaded by a couple different people that he's following at this point in time. And as she walks off, Will sees her as Riley. So it's very... Yeah. It's like, I don't want to turn into that. And Will wakes up in bed at that moment and plucks Whisper's picture off the pinup board. He comments that Whispers is just as trapped as they are. So they're kind of at a stalemate at this moment in time. So Wolfgang is boxing at this moment when he receives a call. He's kind of hesitating to answer, but Lila appears and tells him it's Sebastian, it's Fuchs. And he's worried about their relationship. So Lila said she'd talk to him. She's like stroking him and licking his sweat. It's weird. And she does that a lot. Yeah. And It's kind of who she is. And then he agrees to meet and continues his workout. So they have a meeting in place now. They're gonna meet up at our restaurant, and we know how that goes.
Yeah.
Kala wakes up in bed at that moment, and Rajan's not next to her. And as she climbs out of bed and kind of wraps herself in the sheet, she's walking downstairs, and she overhears him kind of a heated discussion. And he's very aggressive about it. He's like, "I'm done. Like, leave me and my family alone." Like, he's very insistent about it. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And when he slams the phone down, he sees that Kala is standing there. And she asks him who he was speaking to, and he lies and says it was just an American client, nothing serious. I'm like, no, it sounded a little serious.
Yeah.
Sounded a tad serious. And Rajan tells Kala to go back to bed. It's fine. You know, I still have things to do. I'll join you soon. So she goes back upstairs. But as she does, she kind of sees Wolfgang walking around, and they see each other in their own spaces as he's walking to the restaurant to meet with Lila. And she asks him if he's all right, but he doesn't really reply because he knows what he's walking into.
Yeah.
And at that same moment, Nomi is dressed up and getting ready for Tegan's rehearsal dinner, his sister's rehearsal dinner. And she says she hates heels. She never wears them. But Amanita knows she's just anxious because, you know, Tegan asked her to do a toast, which is not, you know, she's very freaked out about that, standing up in front of her family, most of which she doesn't like.
Yeah.
Or at least have been horrible to her, and speak. And the idea of talking in front of her parents has her, you know, batten down the hatches. And Nomi admits she's right and says her cluster would never get what's going on with her now, and how Amanita is the one who actually knows her the best. And I really like that moment between them, because I'm sure that Amanita probably has some, like, stress of, like, oh, she's closer with her cluster, I'm just, you know, I'm just me. It's like, no, but you're you. That's why you're the person who knows me the best. And I like that she reassured her like that. That was really good. And they hug it out as Nomi sees Wolfgang walk by. And worried, she tells Amanita about the visit, and they're both like, what the fuck is going on? And Wolfgang then briefly visits Sun and Riley, but ignores Riley's worried glance. And he then appears to Capheus, but also ignores his greeting. He doesn't want to bring them into this, I don't think, necessarily, but he's probably like, I am still a little worried. So if you could help out, that'd be great, but just not saying anything because he's Wolfgang, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. And after briefly appearing to Lito, Wolfgang paces around behind Will, and Will asks what's going on. But all Wolfgang says is he'll handle it. I got this. You know, I'm good. I don't think you are. Don't think you are. And as he approaches the restaurant, his cluster members walk with him as he loads his gun and tucks it away. And the cluster minus Wolfgang appear at Nomi's place to be like, hey, we think Wolfgang's in trouble, we gotta figure something out. I think he thinks this meeting with Lila is a trap. And as Wolfgang is led to his table, where Lila is waiting for him, Sun and Will observe the room, and they look around at all the tables and are like, someone's gotta be here as well.
Yeah.
Surrounded by his cluster, Wolfgang sits down. They're all there. They're all making sure he's safe. And at the meeting, Kala says she knew this woman. She was like, I knew this woman was trouble. I knew we shouldn't have trusted her. And I'm like, I know. I'm with you. I get it. Like, but also, you know, she's a little jealous.
I was gonna say, I feel like most of that stems from her jealousy.
It did stem from her jealousy, but she's right. Like, she's right.
I mean, fine, I guess, but like, okay.
You're like, I don't care. Fuck her.
Yeah.
Oh God. So she's like, why did he even agree to this meeting? And Lito figures that he thought he didn't really have a choice, you know, like she would have come and found him anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well just meet up in a public place. So Sun adds that Lila wanted this fight. You know, she came looking for one. That's usually what she does. And Kala wonders why Wolfgang didn't ask for help. And the others kind of look at her like, dude, this is Wolfgang. Would he ever? Like, he's always like, I got this. You don't need to worry. And as Lila is sitting there, she's talking about her wine, Greco de Tufo or something like that. Greco? I don't know wine. Which comes from the same place as her, which I think is Napoli. And is it Napoli? No, whatever. Napoli, I think it is. I think it's around Italy, something like that. I'm not good at geography. I should be better. Um, and apparently the grapes for it have been around for 2,000 years, having outlived other grapes, and there will still be Greco when the world ends. And Wolfgang's like, yeah, I like beer. Can I have a beer, please? And honestly, me. And Caffeys is wondering if Lila would really attack him in public, and sounds like I would.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I would. And Will says that there could be several killers in the room, and they need to ID them fast. And so Nomi's going to rush to her laptop, but as she mentioned before,
Oh boy.
she's not good with heels.
No, she is not.
So she tumbles right on down, disrupting the connection to the rest of the cluster. So now there's no one in Amanita's area that has a connection to her. So she's like, fuck. So as that connection is cut, at the restaurant, Lila says she can see Wolfgang is trying to figure out if this is a trap. She asks if he likes the tension of not knowing who you can trust, and she hates it, she says. She hates being controlled and forced to make deals and compromises she doesn't want to make. And Wolfgang's beer arrives, as Will's looking around at everyone trying to suss out who is in on this trap. And the group is now gathered at the Chicago police station because they aren't gathered with Nomi. They need access to the restaurant computer system, but they don't have Nomi. But right then, Diego receives a call from Bug.
Yeah.
I'm the Bug. And he's like, what? And Amanita takes the phone right from him. She's like, hi. Are Will and Riley there? And so Riley takes the phone and is like, hey. And then Amanita's like, oh my god, you're Riley.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool moment. She's never really seen them or spoken to them like that before.
So she can now put like a face to the name now, which I think is really cool.
She's probably seen them in like CCTV or shit like that, but she can like see them and talk to them now, which is like kind of crazy. And she informs Riley that Nomi is a bit concussed, but she'll sleep it off. But as for now, she's out of commission. And Riley says they need her help. So Amanita's in on this without Nomi, which is very new for them, which is very cool.
Yeah.
So it shows, I think, that like they are still a very like integral part of the cluster, even though they're not in the cluster. Like they're very helpful to the cluster in their own way. And Lila introduces Wolfgang to a saying from her neighborhood, which says that all the government is someone else's government. And Lila wants to build a rione, which is Italian, I'm assuming, a neighborhood for their kind, basically. And she wants to take this city and make it theirs. She wants to take Berlin and do that. And Wolfgang's like, no, many people want to do that. And Lila's like, you're not them, you know? We need a place where we can be themselves, free from sapiens, and all of that. And Wolfgang's like, no. Like, would I have a choice if you were to even tell me? And she's like, I mean, would you have come if it were a choice? And so it's kind of tense with them right now. And as they're doing that, Bug has discovered some encrypted emails from folks mentioning the restaurant and Lila. So they go through that and kind of cross-reference it with all the restaurant reservations and try and find out who these people are. Yeah. And they do. They do find a bunch of people. A bunch of names light up, basically. And while they're doing that, everyone's working right now. So it's very hard to talk about this. Will accesses Interpol through Riley. And Diego's like, whoa, that's Interpol. What are you doing? What are you doing? And she's like, it's an emergency. We have to do it. He's like, I can't believe this is happening again. I can't believe he's still doing this shit to me. And Lila's talking about, I know you're old-fashioned, thinking the man should pose to the woman. And she visits Wolfgang kind of while she's, undressing, which is what she does. And, she's doing a thing. As she does. Meanwhile, Bug has got like 2 of the 3 names, I think, that are there. And Wolfgang's asking Lila if her cluster buys into her fantasy. And as she's sitting on his lap and doing things to him, she's like, of course. Like, they're my mai soli. I think it's mai soli? Italian. Never alone, which is what it means. And Amanita has discovered that 3 reservations were made within 10 minutes 2 nights ago, tables 5, 12, and 16. Will and Riley think they need to be sure, and Bug's like, I have an idea. Let's ping their phones through Fuchs's account. and see who rings. And while they're doing that, Lila says she thinks Wolfgang would like her cluster. She leans towards him while her cluster friend, who I'm not going to attempt to say his name, my I can't say it. Her cluster friend, searches Wolfgang's body and tells her that he has a single Glock. So this is her basically kind of sussing out how much of a threat he is in this
armed?
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's having fun making out with everyone. And Wolfgang suggests that they take it somewhere more private, but she's like, no, because she knows the deal. She knows what he's trying to do. And so while Bug is working his magic, several phones spread throughout the restaurant and start beeping and pinging, and everyone's like, haha, ding, 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 ding. These are all the people that are under Fuchs's payroll right now. Wolfgang kind of supposes he is to take out Fuchs if he decides to play along. And like Lila said, there's no middle ground. He wonders how he can know she won't just sell him out as well. And she says he's not like everyone else. You know, Wolfgang says he is. And her cluster friend, I can't say his name. I'm sorry, sir. Tells Lila it's a waste of time, just as he thought. So apparently they talked about this before. It's like, no, he's gonna stick with his own. He's not gonna come with us. He's not gonna do what we want. And Lila says this city needs a true king. The people will go to their knees for a man like him. And I fucking love Wolfgang for this. This is one of my favorite moments in the show when he says this, is he says that she doesn't understand. This is his city. He's from Berlin. They're his people, and they bend their knee for no one. And I fucking love that he says that. He's like, dude, I already live here. This is where I grew up. These are my people. Fuck you. So he's like, you can take your Maisoli, I don't know, and your 3 guns that Fuchs hired over there, they're there. And you can fuck off. And Lila tells him she's going to enjoy scraping him off her shoe like the dog shit he is, which is kind of the like, shit, a fight is about to fucking begin. Damn. God damn. And this is one of the coolest moments in the show where both clusters kind of rise up behind
they all
each
just
of them.
pop up.
That was the coolest shit I've ever seen. And it's minus Nomi, of course, because she's out for the count.
Yeah, we can say, she's out.
And so they both rise up, and Kala says, bring it, bitch. And I'm like, that's the only time she's ever fucking cursed. I've ever seen her curse. That's great. I think I was
gonna say, she doesn't curse a lot, so.
She doesn't curse a lot. But damn, she really does it. And she takes the bottle of Greco and tosses it into the fire of the candle. She like slams it. Boom, big explosion. Big brain pharmacist Kala. And they both kind of like fly back and go to the floor. And Wolfgang quickly recovers, takes his gun, takes Fuchs guy out. Everyone is channeling people. They're basically taking each other out one by one. Taking out all the guns for hire that are there as well. And eventually, as people run out and die, they're the only ones left standing in the restaurant. And they keep shooting until their guns are empty. So they're fresh out of bullets, which is when Wolfgang says, all I wish I had right now was one more bullet, so I could take you the fuck out. But they're both out of bullets, so they're fucked. They both come out of hiding, and she promises him that he'll come to regret not dying tonight. And they kind of circle around each other as their clusters appear, and they go at it cluster to cluster for a bit there. And what's really cool is like when one of them gets punched, all the cluster goes like...
Yeah. That was cool.
I love the choreography in this whole scene. It's really good. And so he manages to knock Lila down at one point from the strength of his cluster. Like headbutts her. Like fucking everyone just goes, headbutts her. And she falls to the ground. But as she does, she kind of smirks up at him as she's taking off her jacket. And the police sirens are happening in the background. She's like, oh my god, help! Help! This man! He's killed everyone. He's trying to kill me too. Please help me. And it's like, fuck. This motherfucker. She's smart. I will give her that. She's smart. I would do that. And yeah, that's the end of the episode. Is Wolfgang ditching and getting out of there. So he's safe, at least for now, that we know of. He's gone. But shit happened, man. And also a fun little trivia piece was Nomi not being present at the restaurant fight scene was a last-minute change, apparently. And I guess it was to show us that unconscious sensates lose the ability to share and visit. So she couldn't be there to help with the computer stuff. She couldn't be there to help with the fighting. She was completely out for the count. So, fun last-minute change, I guess, that they decided to roll with. MVP. Who's our MVP for this episode?
I think I got mine.
I think I got mine.
3, 2, 1.
Amanita.
Sun.
Oh. I knew you were going to pick Sun.
Yeah. I mean, I praised her earlier in the episode, and I think she was just great with that. And also, even in the fight scene too, I feel like her, Wolfgang, and Will were probably the strength of the scene, really, because they're like the fighters and stuff. And yeah, she just like her with Lito was just great, and yeah, I love her.
Sick. I picked Amanita because I would pick Amanita and Bug, but we can only pick one. So I'll pick Amanita because we see her a lot helping Nomi out and stuff like that with all the hacker stuff, but with Nomi out for the count, it showed that she still could help out and she still had value outside of Nomi in helping the cluster. Yeah. And I love that we got to see that she was able to do shit and pull it all together. So yeah, fuck yeah, love Amanita. Yeah. So this was all I wanted right now is one more bullet. You said maybe that had to do with Will. You were wrong, but I don't count that because it's the title. So you had 3 vibes. The first one was depressed. You said Lito. You were correct.
Yeah.
Well done. A familiar, not necessarily friendly face. You said had to do with Riley. And I was talking about Gitu with Caffeus. Yeah. So you were wrong. Yeah. And cluster versus cluster, you said you said Lila, like maybe the fight would have to do with Lila because there was another cluster and it was Lila. So yeah, voila.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I said.
I thought you said. I thought you were like, oh, and I was like, what?
Oh no. Cool. Like yeah, cool.
Okay. So season 2, episode 9 is called "What Family Actually Means." Any guess as to who that has to do with?
Lito?
Okay. So you have 3 vibes once again.
Okay.
Wedding.
Okay, so that's gonna be Nomi's sister's wedding, I'm assuming.
And these next 2 vibes don't go together, but they like sound like they go together. Like I was playful with them.
Okay.
So we have a father steps up and a father dies.
A father what? The first one?
A father steps up and a father dies.
Steps up, like does something good.
Yes. And a father dies.
And a father dies. So 2 different fathers. Okay.
Yes.
So the father that steps up, I'm trying to think of the fathers who are alive, because there's not a lot.
There's not a lot, yeah. That's a good point.
I'm gonna say Nomi's dad. Because I know we saw he didn't suck as much as the mom did, so maybe he steps up. And then the father dies. I mean, who? Oh, maybe Riley's dad? I feel like everyone else's fathers are like it could be Will's too, but I'm gonna go with Riley, I think. Okay. It's definitely one of those two, I feel like, but I'm gonna say Riley.
Okay. Voila, you have been graded.
Okay, cool.
So that is it for Sense8 Season 2, Episode 8. All I want right now is one more bullet. We'll see you next week for Season 2, Episode 9, What Family Actually Means.
Yeah, so we will see you all then.
See you then!
Bye, everyone.
Bye.